A very good morning and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. Very interesting things are happening in the nation of Zimbabwe with South African intelligence, South Africa's Financial Intelligence Center investigation now out. They've released bombshell to the regime back here in the nation of Zimbabwe. And according to this report, it reads, South Africa election supply firm paid Chivayo 800 million from 1.1 billion received from Zimbabwe treasury, which means the South African firm, it benefited only 300 million for printing the ballot papers for the whole nation. And Chivayo benefited 800 million. Imagine the difference, guys. Let's say Chivayo Badarwa just 100 million. It was going to be sensible. But to be paid how many times? Nearly 3 times. That is greediness. So we need to get into this report. We want to acknowledge ZimLive for bringing this report right here. So it reads, South Africa's Zimbabwe Financial Ministry paid over, Zimbabwe's Financial Ministry paid over 1.1 billion to a South African company, awarded contracts to supply election materials, and over 800 million of that money immediately found its way into the bank accounts of companies owned by Wicknell Chivayo, the controversial businessman accused of securing government contracts by bribing top officials. The bombshell revelations are contained in analysis of Ren-Form bank accounts performed by South Africa's Intelligence Report Center, FIC, between 5 April 2023 and 16 May 2024. The FIC tendered its findings to the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe's Financial Intelligence Unit and also the South African Revenue Services and South African Police Service for urgent attention and commencement of investigation, according to documents seen by ZimLive. Ren-Form CC, a commercial printing company headquartered in Johannesburg, was handpicked to supply materials to the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission ZEC for the August 23, 2023 general elections without going to tender. Its contract would have gone unnoticed, and due a nasty fallout between Chivayo and his business partners Mike Chimombe, Moses Mpofo, over to share their commission, having used their political conduct to secure the deal for the company. Leaked audio recordings and WhatsApp messages between the three men revealed that Chivayo had allegedly paid several high-ranking officials from proceeds of the deal. Chivayo has denied that it was his voice on the clips and apologized to Mnangagwa, former spy boss Isaac Moyo, Chief Cabinet Secretary Martin Roshwaya, and ZEC Chair Justice Priscilla Chigumba for creating the adverse impression that their institutions are involved in corruption or participate in illicit transactions. It also emerged that Ren-Form had wildly inflated prices of goods to be supplied, from ballot papers, biometric registration kits, central server, non-flashing toilets, indelible ink to tents. And the difference between the Ren-Form standards charged for a product and the inflated product is the final invoice submitted to Zimbabwe Treasury was to be paid to Chivayo and his partners as commission. For instance, Ren-Form invoiced the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission 23 million for a central server that costs 90,000 online, and that is 2,000 and 2,000 non-flashing toilets at 68,700 each, which retail at 10,000 per unit. Ren-Form CC also provided ZEC with the biometric voter registration BVR kits. The original quote from Ren-Form CC quoted 5,000 per kit, yet the BVR kits tripled in price to nearly 16,000 by the time of the final invoice, just a few weeks later. And also the similar BVR kits cost 10,600 per unit when bought by the United Nations Development Program for the 2021 elections in Honduras. Chivayo accused Mpofo and Chimombe of being behind the leak, and the duo was subsequently arrested on unrelated corruption charges and denied bail. So the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission initially said it would investigate the election contracts for possible corruption, but the probe appears to have stalled. According to FIC, Zimbabwe's financial ministry paid a total of 1,167,364,300. So that is around 61 million US dollars to Ren-Form CC's two bank accounts held with Standard Bank in South Africa. And the finance ministry also paid 156 million rand direct to an account in the name of Eden Breeze, a company owned by Chivayo. And the payment was for architectural, engineering, and other technical services. So when you look at these whole issues, guys, it's a clear indication of where we are going, where we are coming from, what we have been saying. And that is something. So if you look at it, over 1 billion was paid from the Zimbabwean Ministry of Finance to Ren-Form CC, and then immediately 800 million plus was then moved to witness Chivayo's Intratech Holdings and Dolitel Trading Enterprises. This is what the report carries. And once the money then landed into the accounts, significant payments were made to his personal and other business accounts. From one personal account, he paid in excess of 36 million, and that is seemingly towards some car purchases. Then some of the companies paid large sums by Intratech are listed as Agile Venture Capital, Makopa Holdings, Platinum Group, WMC Trading, opened for all trading and projects, and Asbambeki Platinum Group, which received a transfer of around 351 million. Asbambeki is one Emmanuel Musanyenda, listed as a sole director. Who is this Emmanuel Musanyenda? And also, Chivayo made significant payments to a law firm, Strauss Ska Inc., around 4 million, car dealer, Daytona, 5.4 million, travel agent, Flight Center South Africa, 1.6 million, NN Truck and Trailer, 5.6 million, and the Zimbabwean makeup brand, Christian by Hadassah, 1 million. A company called Kumba Group received around 28 million, while Indo Logistics was paid 9.4 million. And if the FSC says, while making these payments, Chivayo accounts were repeatedly flagged over the rounds, amounts being transacted, luxury purchases, and transaction activity not in line with the profiling information of the account holder. So Chivayo, who is regularly seen in the company of President Mnangagwa, denies wrongdoing, and Ren-Form previously denied corruption in the contracts, including inflating prices to pay bribes. But the company now faces uncomfortable questions over how, of the 1.1 billion it received from Zimbabwe's treasury, it only retained the 300 million, which is likely how much its services really cost before price inflation to generate commission for Chivayo. So this is the haste we talked about last year. And by the time everybody was talking about this haste, some people started to raise some issues which are different. And everybody will be focusing on attacking President Nelson Chamisa, and they will not focus on this corruption which is right here. And we just want to thank ZimLive for doing a great job once again. And, this is what we need. And we have to talk about this. We have to ask questions to say, so from now, where do we go? What must happen? This is the kind of Zimbabwe we're living in, and the corruption is actually milking us dry on a daily basis. Who is going to pay for this? Who is going to face the consequences? These are questions which people are asking daily. We can't continue as a nation like this. When you see the people rising against this government, it's because of this corruption. 300 million, the services for the company, 800 million commission for Sgananda. It can't be like that. It can't. At a certain point in time, we need to deal with these issues once and for all. So with time, everything will fall in place, but we need to continue to